What's up? You already know what time it is. Order in the court. You write me, booker@bookerlawfirm.com. Your question ends up on the show. Bring you to the court of my public opinion. We're not going to look at this as legal advice because I don't represent you and I may not have all of the facts that I need. However, I'm going to do the best job that I can with what I have. Without further ado, let's get it crack-a-lacking. Order in the court. They wrote me and they said, "Hi, my husband and his parents were abusive, as was his family. The issue is that they all think this is really funny to do this to me and my children. I left with my children. They kept trying to find me and cause issues since there was no divorce. Why is that everyone around me tries to help me and my children are shocked, yet this family continues to do this? They make threats to hurt me and my children, to take them away from me, to damage my home and my car. They say they won't allow a divorce and a remarriage. How can the whole family be this abusive after I left, trying to find us and making threats like this? Everyone around me is shocked. Can you please advise? It's been 3 years since I've left and there's still ongoing abuse. I'm getting random phone calls, so I've blocked and I have to change my number. I'm being followed and spied on. I have them asking people who we share in common about me. Him and his family took 2 of my sons away from me and won't return them. The bizarre thing is so many people are being affected by them in the past 3 years, yet we get no answer as to how to keep them away. All of this cannot simply come down to a divorce. What is the solution?" Woo! Baby, this is hot and heavy, but I'm going to tell you right now, you don't make no sense, okay? And people get up, I shoot straight from the hip. My clients know that. I don't have time to play games, okay? Because we're trying to win this case, okay? We're trying to win. We're not trying to lose. We're trying to win. And if that means, okay, that Allie/Ayanla needs to fix your life, then that's what we're going to do. So right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe half of the shit that you just told me. And I'm going to tell you why I don't believe it, okay? They probably are abusive. They probably don't want you to divorce him. But that is what protective orders are for, and the police. Not one time did you mention that you called the police and did anything about this, okay? So I believe that you took the children from them and you hid those children from them. And they're pissed, as would any family that you just take kids from. Because at the end of the day, what you did start off saying, ma'am, was that you used to live with them. So they took care of you for years. Okay, so let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just say it like it is. You didn't live on your own, baby, because you probably can't. Because you know, you don't say here that you moved out and got your own place. You say you moved out and got people to help you. So you're struggling with their children. Okay? And they're looking for their kids because they don't want their children struggling with you. Because they know how you are. Because when you were living with them, you probably didn't do shit. I don't know if you didn't clean up, didn't cook. I don't know what the hell the problem was. You probably didn't have no job. You don't sound like you did. And I'm just being straight up and honest with you, dear. Okay? And so when you took those children, they got pissed off and afraid. Because they don't know what conditions those children are living in because they ain't living with them anymore. So you took people that had a close and continuing relationship to the children and completely blocked them out of those children's lives, hurting the children and those individuals that you took the children from. Because, see, I'm going to call a spade, ma'am. You came to me for help, and I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. And if you came in my office, this is exactly what I would tell you. I don't care if I'm still going to help you fight for custody of these children. I'm going to tell you where you're wrong, and you don't take children out of a family abode to strangers' abode. First of all, you could have dealt with the mess. At least they were around their family members. I'm not saying family members don't molest children, but it's not like you moved out and got your own place. You moved out and moved with other people where Tom, Dick, Harry, and God knows who is floating through there, I'm sure, because you didn't get your own place. And when you have to rely on people, you have to deal with their crap. And that's something that you don't want to do when you have children, especially small ones. And I'm just being straight up with you. Okay? So that's the first issue that I see. Had you said you moved out and got on your own, I would not feel a lot of those things that I'm feeling. And I have a very strong spirit of discernment. Okay? Just like most judges. I don't know if those are witch doctors, psychics, or what with those robes on, but they can pretty much sniff through a lot of BS. There are some up there that are just up there just trying to rule, and they think they know it all, and they're not coming from their heart. But many of them up there are coming straight from their heart. And I'm going to be honest, that hurts. Because those children wake up and see people, and then they don't. They see people they don't know, strangers. They don't feel secure, and they don't feel safe. That's the first issue that I have with you. The second issue that I have with you is that nowhere did you discuss any sort of visitation. So that they had to come and get 2 of the children and keep them from you. Which leads me to believe that they're trying to file custody actions against you, but you're moving around on them and they can't. That's what I believe. You have not filed anything yourself to go back and get those children from them. So I don't think that you think that those children are in danger. Because if that is the case, when they kidnapped the 2 children, you would have called the police and did what you needed to do to open up cases to get those children back. Number 3, why have you not filed a divorce yet? All you keep saying is that you don't think you need a divorce. Okay, so let's take you out of it. You don't think you need a child support and custody order? You don't think that'll cut down on some of the BS? Even if you do want to stay married to somebody that clearly you don't like and is leaving, which I would agree, I would offer up to you that that's only an opportunist that would do that. And I'm telling you, if old ladies call me, and I have people that I don't know how in the hell they get my number. They done got it from football member team, whatever the hell, okay? Or somebody I knew before in passing. They'll call me out of the blue. Hey, I have a question. And most of the time, I don't like to take their damn questions. But when I do, and sometimes it'll be their mother, their old-ass mama, that had a husband that she never divorced. He's now dead. He has a new woman that he's been cohabitating with for the past 30 years. And she wants to know, should she release the body from the hospital to the woman? Or should she try to keep the body and stop the funeral and see what he has so she can take it? Why in the hell do you want to be married to somebody that you don't even like anymore? That doesn't make any sense. And the only type of people that do that are, one, very afraid people that are too afraid to get a divorce from the person because they don't want to get beat up, they don't want to get hurt, they don't want to get harmed. But there are still ways for you to get your divorce by going through nonprofit organizations that help victims of domestic abuse. So I don't believe that that's it. And number 2, because they're opportunists. The individual that they're married to has a job, has a stable living, and they want to make sure that they can get whatever they can. So they don't want their split now, they want their split later. They're opportunists. I'm going to go with number 2 for you. Because if you were this battered woman that was running, and I'm sure you are, seeking help, and I'm sure you have, they would have already told you that they do your divorce for you because you're out here seeking help. So I'm assuming that you're going to different places to get help. You sound like one of the type of people, and I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, that would utilize all government resources given to her for victims because you victimize yourself into this whole thing. And I'm not saying that the gentleman is not wrong. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you were wrong in the way that you did this. It was a little messy. You created the mess. They have the 2 kids. Open up the case. You don't need a case. You don't need a divorce to open up the case, Miss Opportunistic. Next case, because I'm done with you. Because, see, that's why I don't represent a lot of women. Y'all be with the mess, okay? And then you get mad when I call you out, okay? Because I see it. And I'm not saying that men are right. He could have been whooping your behind. I don't know what he was doing. He was doing something enough that your opportunistic ass decided that you was finna leave him behind, him and his money. So he had to be doing something wrong. He had to be. Because you're an opportunist and he was living free. Rent free, no job. I mean, I can tell by what you wrote. So if you had to leave the bread and butter, he was a problem. He was a problem. I'm not going to take his side. But y'all got to realize that these children are in the middle. And it's best interest of the child. It's not best interest of the parents. And you don't need a divorce to get a custody agreement in place. And that's what's best for these children. So they can stop being stolen like property, because these are individuals with beating hearts and feelings that you all are going to sit up here and give mental health issues to or trauma with your bull mess. Next case. I'm adjourning court on that. I'm just so sorry. And I'll still help you if I was your attorney. See, I'll tell somebody some stuff like that and I'll still help them get their children back. But we're going to set it straight first. We're going to set this shit and line it dead up first.
Biggest time I made that call. I'm locked up and facing charges. Who gon' fight these cases for me? I called Booker Law Firm. They got the job done. They were right there for me.
For more information, contact the Booker Law Firm at 713-292-2225.